Today I'm going to talk about why I don't actually recommend that you use a pendulum to communicate directly with your angels, why I don't recommend that, and what I suggest that you do instead. Hi, my name is Melissa Kitto, and this YouTube channel is dedicated to helping you connect with your personal team of angels or guides and develop your own intuition so you can live your unique life purpose and have a happier, more abundant life. So, this is a common question that you might have been considering. Maybe you've already been using a pendulum. And it's known as a tool to connect directly with your guides, to be able to ask them questions, specifically yes/no questions. Now, I'm not going to sit here and knock using a pendulum. If you have been using it successfully, more power to you. However, I do want to share with you today my personal perspective and why I actually don't think it's the best option for you. Maybe you're ready to progress beyond this, or maybe you just like to hear maybe a different approach. So the first reason why I don't think that a pendulum is the best way is because this is really an inanimate object that's outside of you, right? And we can't actually feel and experience anything in our own body, in our own energy, when you're just holding a pendulum. Now, the other concern that I have with using a pendulum is I have to make sure that I'm holding my hand very, very still in order to actually be sure that I'm not accidentally waving my hand and influencing it. So, what I believe is a much more powerful experience is when you can actually tune in to the messages that are coming in from your angels all the time through your intuitive impressions. Now, it's important to make the distinction that you probably won't experience messages from your angels through your physical senses. You may not see them in the room in front of you. You may not hear them as distinctly as you hear a person talking to you. The way that our angels communicate with us is through our spiritual communication, because they are spiritual beings, and so are we. So we need to be developing that more intuitive spiritual side of ourselves in order to receive that communication. So this does take a little bit of practice and patience, there's no denying it, but you are a spiritual being and you can develop that part of yourself and really get to the point where you have a lot of confidence and trust in what you're receiving. And that is going to be such a more powerful experience for you. Imagine when you get an insight, you're pondering a problem and a solution comes to you. It presents itself to you through a message, a vision, a sign, etc. Along with that, you might experience a feeling of chills all over your body. Now, in my private session, the Angels Direct Connect, which I'm actually certified to do through the Wayshowers College, and there are other consultants around the globe that do this same work as well. One of the methods that I teach in that consultation, called the Orientation Profile, or you'll find it on my website, is the Angels Direct Connect. You learn a method in that session where you're going to actually be able to receive yes/no answers from your guides in a very distinct method that does not require anything outside of you. And the result of that is that the answer becomes more tangible. It becomes much easier to trust and really put your faith into than just an object swinging from side to side. Okay? So I want it to be a more powerful experience for you than just holding an object. That's going to give you more trust. And I would say that trust is the thing that people struggle with the most when they're trying to develop a communication with their angels. You might relate to that. If you are relying on a pendulum just to get your answers, imagine if you go out one day and you forget your pendulum or you lose it, right? And you have to go buy another one or whatever. It seems like the outer object is your only method of connecting with guidance. And that's simply not true. You are spirit and you are one with spirit all the time. You really don't need any tool outside of yourself. All of those things are fine. They're a means to an end, whether it be cards or a pendulum or any crystals, any kind of object that helps you tune into spirit. No harm in it. It's great. It could definitely enhance your experience, but the key is that you really don't need it. And what I work with my clients is really developing this trust in your own inner guidance, because you're going to have that with you no matter what. It can become this solid inner pivot point that you hold with you no matter where you are, who you're with, what you're doing. You don't have to be by yourself. Your guides are always with you. You don't have to be meditating, right? So we want this to be like a 24-hour experience where you're just connected and you have that communication at your fingertips all the time. How would that change things for you? I would love you to experience this. So if you'd like to get started, I do have a free resource on my website that's called the 3 Steps to Communicate with Your Angels. So you can go to communicatewithangels.com/3 steps to check that out. And I do have another video that I recommend you watch next. And it's called the 3 Steps to Get Clear Advice from Your Angels. So go ahead and click that video and watch that one next and start to develop this clear communication with your guides. I'll see you over there.